What really needs to go away but still exists only because of tradition? Bride kidnapping. In Kyrgyzstan, there's a plethora of forced marriages that women don't consent to. If a man wants a woman, he can get a group of his buddies to kidnap her and she's basically forced to marry him. Brutal. Pretty sure this is the practice Borat was parodying, but no one thought it was real at the time. Borat was from Kazakhstan though. It happens in Kazakhstan too. It's more common than the original OP thinks. Kyrgyzstan is just the capital for the practice. Doctors working insane hours. I don't understand why such an important profession is set up like this. Medical field works doctors 80+ hours per week and provides little to no support mentally. Doctors commit suicide. Medical field shocked Pikachu face. I don't want sleepy doctors providing care. They make mistakes. Patients need to demand this stops. I'm married to a doctor. After a 24+ hour shift, they offer them taxi vouchers. If you aren't okay to drive, you weren't okay to be doing surgery an hour earlier. Drives me crazy. People feeling guilty for not working until they feel exhausted, or that using a sick day is a sign of weakness. Hell yeah. My work tries to guilt trip me for not working the crazy amount of OT some of my co-workers do, but I know how important my physical and mental health are, so I say fuck 'em and take time off anyways. Ironically enough, total productivity starts to go down above 40 hours per week. You're improving your productivity by refusing to work crazy hours. Also, not eating lunch at your desk and taking frequent breaks / walks / stretching / everything my coworkers probably see as a sign of not being busy enough. These knuckleheads bond with each other over being busy. Hey, how's it going? Oh, busy. How are you? Really busy? Funerals by buying a grave and embalming a body. It is so expensive, and now there are many other ways to lay rest to the dead without blowing the bank. I went through Arbase JAG and put in the paperwork for a Viking funeral. I think a lot of people would show up to that fucking funeral. This option has never occurred to me. There will be me and Red Bull. All are welcome. Sweet. Can't wait till. Shark fin soup, where they cut off the fins of thousands of sharks a year only to discard the shark back into the water to bleed out. The soup is a tradition in parts of Asia. Artificial shark fin soup is becoming quite popular in China, at least, according to my relatives. It's a Chinese status symbol to be able to afford it, which is why most people only have it on special occasions. Okay, how does one make artificial shark fins? They take them off the artificial shark's foamy shark. Do. Child beauty pageants really need to go away. Agree. Creepy as hell. PLS put this 4-year-old toddler in full makeup and a bikini. It'll be wholesome good fun. Reminds me of Little Miss Sunshine. They turn to a guy sitting near them and ask, so which one of the girls in the pageant is your daughter? The guy responds, huh, and goes back to watching. That's such a great movie for so many reasons. Banks only being open when everyone is working. They don't care about you and me. They want to be open when the people other businesses who are performing high dollar transactions are doing business. Never thought of that. Good point. For comparison, I used to work retail at a smallish store and we'd deposit a few grand in cash every day. Anything you and I would do at the bank is basically a rounding error compared their business accounts. Those fancy china sets that are locked away in a cabinet that no one is allowed to use. We use the set my parents received for their wedding for the first time ever last Christmas. They got married in 1987. This has got to be the real life equivalent of saving that special weapon for a big boss fight, or healing items that you never use and then you beat the game with 1000 ultra potions still in your inventory. Someday we will have to entertain the Queen of England. Then and only then will we break out the finest china. Dude, this is the last level. Before we got married, my wife's mother continued to demand that she wear an apron in the ceremony over her wedding dress. This was to signify her new role as a housewife, and to allow a place for men to put money in exchange for dances. Both of these reasons made both my wife and I feel skeevy. Mill claimed it was a tradition from Poland. Whether this is true or not, I'm not actually sure, and that it was demanded of us during the wedding. So we just eloped at the courthouse and avoided the drama, and to allow a place for men to put money in exchange for dances. Wow, that's a way to start off a marriage, isn't it? I mean, I don't want to shame anyone, but is letting your wife sell her body to your friends on your wedding really what anyone wants? The current school system. I'm surprised this isn't higher on the thread. The current educational system is failing. American can't speak for the rest of the world society in major way. We are so focused on getting students ready for college that we fail to educate for any other possibility. Students that don't have the desire, ability, or resources to go to college aren't being adequately prepared for the workplace even. Those statistics show that a significant number need exactly that. Nationwide, just a little over 30% of high school seniors won't go to college. In my state that statistic is about 38% further. The programs that do exist are mostly for high school juniors and seniors. Kids are well aware of their ability to attend college well before their junior year. You wanna decrease the number of discipline problems and increase student engagement. How about we offer an education students can actually use? Fucking pennies. The last time we discontinued a coin, it was the half penny. At the time, it had the purchasing power of today's dime. Canada got rid of the penny a few years ago. It is glorious. They are gone in Canada. You can turn them into a bank of course, but we round everything to the closest 5 cents. Unless it goes through digital systems. Caste system. What is the caste system? An ancient tradition in which one has a set place in society and it is essentially impossible in most cases to leave your caste or social status. This was the way most medieval societies and ancient India were set up. Also, if you marry into one of the higher caste you don't go up, they go down. So I brought my wife's family down. Feel so proud. Bullfighting and cockfighting. I know what I'm doing Saturday night. Unzips, Engard. I'll let you try my Wu-Tang style. All the plastics we use for holidays and birthdays. I work in a very large office every day. At least one person has 10 balloons and etc at their desk for a birthday. LMAO. It be like humans. We discovered how to make a strong flexible material that doesn't rot. Also humans. Let's use it to make packaging and eating utensils that are meant to be disposable after one use. Genital mutilation of all kinds. I always wonder how much pushback missionaries and so forth got when they got to that part of the religion. We are supposed to cut off what now? It got super popular especially in the US because in the early times, they medical professionals quite literally and wholeheartedly believed that masturbation was an illness. A sickness or disease that had to be curbed. This is where bland foods like graham crackers and Kellogg's cereal comes from. I often wondered the exact same thing. Who would hear something like that and go sure, cut that off? Apparently tons of people, though. Nowadays doctors push it because they get paid for every procedure they do, and circumcision is just another procedure to bill. Maybe not tradition, but not including tax and prices and needing to tip. I was in Australia recently and the price they say is the price you pay. The price seems high, but if you remember that it includes taxes and tip, it's actually about the same. One of my best mates did a semester in America and was thoroughly surprised when he found out $10 worth of items did not in fact cost $10. When I came to the US for the first time, on my first day I went to a grocery store and bought something for 99 cents. I wasted more than enough time because I thought that there is a mistake on a cash desk. The cashier had no idea why I'm not happy with him charging more than on a price tag. The problem was solved by a stranger who realized what is going on and shocked me with this fact that the taxes are not included nor even calculated before you pay. The traditional funeral with embalming the corpse and viewing it, and the zillion-dollar industry built around embalming/viewing corpses. I told my wife to have me incinerated and crushed into a diamond which would be fitted to the hilt of a sword, so I can possess the person holding it. The cost of my funeral will be a canoe, several cans of lighter fluid, and a lot of permits. I'm very glad you considered the permits. If possible, maybe throw in some fireworks. That family is so important that if they treat you like shit you can't cut them out of your life. Since everyone seems to be focused on a quote where literally no one knows the origin instead of the actual belief that needs to go away. The belief that blood is thicker than water. No, if your family is toxic, boot them out of your life. That thing at the beginning of the semester where you go around and say something about yourself. It never bothered me too much, but it was clear that half the class was having a panic attack, and absolutely no one learned anything or broke any ice. Literally no point outside making a bunch of people uncomfortable. Tell us 2 truths and a lie. I hate icebreaker exercises. I can't stand icebreaker exercises. I love icebreaker exercises more than an open bar. This is golden, Mr. Skeletal. It appears only once every 20,000 years. Like the video and subscribe to comment awards in 20 seconds or you will never have calcium and good bones again.
PG.
On top, food chain, won't stop, new game, hot box that blue haze, one lock, 2 chains, no bras, 2 babes, mic drop, new stage, lights in my rear view, 5 cops, full race, faster than a Tesla, they say I'm exhausted, looking for success, like I'm crazy and lost it, higher than a jet, guess my weed is a rocket, the comments that my vids get are wild.